Episode 18. The Meal. No, Ma, it was purely a coincidence. Yesterday was my first time meeting him, I defended. Okay, if you say so, but I will need you to continue hosting GISTZ every week. You have become the face of GISTZ. We'll have a photo section for you so that we can have your pictures, which will be used on our various platforms. Wow, thank you, Ma. I was supposed to be happy about this development, but I wasn't. I felt like I was being mocked, and Miss Johnson was using me as a bait to establish her brand. However, I too will have more followers, which will increase the number of views on every content I posted, and in turn will increase my dollar scale on YouTube. Just as the thought came, I remember what Psalmist says.
Success in this kingdom is counted by the number of souls won to God's kingdom, not the fancy cars and houses or the number of fans you have.
I let my guard down. I should be bothered about the number of souls won, not the dollar scale. Aside, I received encouraging smiles from my colleagues, which I interpreted as friendly and encouraging smiles. However, I couldn't help but wonder if they were mocking me instead. The day ended and I barely concentrated on my work. I believe that by now, social media had practically explained to him the reason I had tears in my eyes. I avoided social media for the next week. What was I thinking? Crying on live TV? Oh dear Allah. Just when I thought the internet had died down on my case, I received an email. As the sun set over the bustling city of Lagos, the warm glow of street lights illuminated the streets, and the sounds of car horns and chatter slowly faded away. Inside a cozy home, a family gathered together for a relaxing night in. The aroma of jollof rice and stew filled the air as the mother prepared dinner in the kitchen. The father set up the television and turned on a Nollywood movie, while the children excitedly grabbed their favorite board games and settled on the living room floor. As they ate dinner together, the family shared stories of their day and laughed at each other's joke. The children eagerly recounted their adventures at school, while the parents discussed their work and caught up on the latest news. After dinner, the family settled in for a night of entertainment. The children played games and watched cartoons, while the parents enjoyed the drama and intrigues of Nollywood movie. As the night went on, the cozy home became a heaven of warmth and comfort. The family shared snacks and drinks, snuggled up under blankets, and enjoyed each other's company. Outside, the sounds of the city continued to hum, but inside, the family was wrapped up in their own little world of love and togetherness. This has been my dream home, a place where I was no longer alone. As I looked around my apartment, I couldn't help but feel the absence of my family. We were never like the family next door, who chat and laugh every other day. Sometimes, I tried to rest my ears on the wall, hoping to partake in their joy, but the walls always served their purpose as a barrier. It was the 23rd day of June, a year after my breakup with Josh. The sound of my alarm jolted me awake. I gradually reached for my phone to turn it off, squinting as the bright light of the screen pierced through the darkness of my bedroom. I rubbed my eyes, trying to shake off the grogginess and get my bearings. As I sat up in bed, I glanced at the time on my phone and let out a sigh. It was earlier than I liked, but I knew I had to get up if I wanted to make it to work on time. I stretched my arms and legs, feeling the stiffness of a night spent in one position. I got out of bed and headed to the bathroom to start my morning routine. I splashed water on my face and brushed my teeth. Feeling the coolness of the water waked me up a bit more. Then, I headed back to my bedroom to get dressed. As I was getting dressed, my phone buzzed with a notification. I picked it up to see what it was, and my heart sank as I read the subject line of the email from George Oliver. Best Pictorial Excerpts. My mind raced as I gently clicked on the download button. While this should be good news to me, I couldn't help but feel a sinking feeling. I viewed the photo, and for the first time this week, I found myself smiling, really smiling from deep within. Behold, the perfect couple. It was the photos from the other day. I remember he gave his phone to Jada, my colleague, to snap us before the rest of the crew brought their phone for a picture with him. I also recalled asking Jada to send me the pictures after Sammy slept, but he explained they were on Sammy's phone. I took a deep breath as I couldn't help but feel proud to have Sammy's contact me. Yet, I couldn't dispute the fact that he was in a relationship and this could be a harmless gesture. I quickly finished getting dressed and headed to the kitchen to make breakfast. As I ate my breakfast, I couldn't shake the feeling of dread that was settling in my stomach. I tried to push it to the back of my mind and focus on getting ready for work, but it was difficult with the weight of the email hanging over me. Why did he truly send an email? Another thought excused that it might be the responsibility of his media crew, but I found myself objecting. They wouldn't have if he didn't ask them to. Then again, another thought blasted at me. What if it was a random gesture? He might as well send the same email to everyone on the crew. I defended it again myself why he had to use Best Pictorial Excerpts. Then, I was at it for about 30 minutes battling with my thoughts. By the time I realized I was almost late for work, I dropped my thoughts on my bed. I grabbed my bag and headed out the door, still having mixed feelings. I made my way to the bus stop and waited for my ride to arrive. As I stood there, the sounds of the city waking up around me, my mind was consumed with thoughts of what the email could mean. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was anxious and had no one to clarify the contents of the email. I would rather reach out to Laurel once I reach work. I believe she should have godly counsel to give me.